What's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel, like and subscribing. Leave your comments, whether positive or negative. Much love and much respect to everybody out there. You know what I mean? We're here to talk about a news story today. I greet everybody. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement at all. You know how we do. We like to expose these creeps. We like to expose these pedophiles and things like that. For sure, whether they in or outside of the pulpit. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. What up? What up? What up to Johnny? Shout out to you. Um, Cell Express. Shout out to you. Nicole Martin, one of the channel moderators. What's up to Beverly? What's up to Enthal? Henry Ross. He says so. Another. Yeah, it's a lot of these pedophiles out here. It's a lot of these creeps out here, for sure. You know what I mean? That are committing these type of crimes, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to put people on the standby, in reference to individuals like this. What's up to Sister Claire? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. What's up to Ann? Finally aware. Denise, NC, AG. Appreciate that at NC. What up to Sandra Whitmore? What's up to Dioki? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go to the news story. We're gonna go to the news story. Man was recently arrested. Recently arrested. It actually was two guys. Who was arrested for the situation and whatnot. You know, two men are bound over a Macomb County Circuit Court for their alleged role in human trafficking ring. So it was a trafficking ring out there in Detroit that these two men was arrested. The main one was Aaron Casey Streety. You know what I mean? So you know, he's the one with the brown on, and then you got the one with the gray, Deshaun Harris to the far right. So these two men was arrested for human sex trafficking and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go more to the story, and we're gonna go through it. All right. So they said the 37th District Court has bound over two men, you know, from Detroit to Macomb County Circuit Court for their alleged role in human trafficking ring. The men were bound over. They got arrested this past Friday and whatnot, allegedly a human trafficking back in November the 3rd, 2023. A victim escaped the suspect, one of the suspects. So just imagine, you know, you got a family member and things like that that's going through a situation like that, that they are a victim. You got a lot of ordeals out here like that, that you got, you know, young girls and young fellas who are victims or who are, you know what I mean, held against their will in this human trafficking ring that's going on in these days. You know what I'm saying? And you got cowards like this. You know what I'm saying? You got cowards like this. You know what I mean? To manipulate the whole situation to get those individuals to, you know, stay or, you know what I mean, enforce their power. So they said a human trafficking victim escaped. Aaron Streetley. He was 38 years old. The second guy, Bernard Deshaun Harris, 23, who forced her to perform, you know, certain acts, sexual acts with multiple men for money at a Warren motel. Wow. So they forced the woman. They forced the woman to have, you know, certain intercourse and things like that with multiple men. You got to understand that stuff can traumatize a person. You understand that if they happen to escape, they have to deal with that for the rest of their life. You understand that? And you got creeps out here that's looking just for $1 to try to abuse a woman or abuse a man. You know what I'm saying? Abuse a boy against their will, just for $1. You understand? Now you got a lot of cowards out here. Shout out to shout out to Jen Juice. I believe today is your birthday. I believe today is Mr. Jen Juice birthday. So y'all give him a happy birthday for sure. What's up to be holy? What up? What up? What up? You said this is serious crime. Someone um at my job got convicted and was sentenced to 299 years. It's absolutely a serious crime for sure. As we talked about it, with one of those false prophets members and things like that. You can't something you just cannot sweep underneath the rug. You have to make if the judge, spare you or if you don't get much time in prison, what I mean? You have to make amends. You have to make things right with the ones you have hurt at the end of the day. All right. Um, they said Aaron Streetley is charged with human trafficking enterprise involving kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct, or death, life felony, a criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, life felony, prostitution pondering that carries 20 years, which is a felony unlawful imprisonment, 15 years, and felony firearm 2-year mandatory. He said the 38 is being charged as a habitual third offense offender. He was arraigned on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Back in November, so where bond was set for $2 million. $2 million his bond was set. You understand? 2 million. So he is a third habitual offense offender. The one to the left with the brown on. I don't know how y'all screen is looking. All right. It said Harris is charged with human trafficking enterprise involving kidnapping. This is the other guy. You know what I mean? Criminal sexual conduct or death. Wow. A life felony. Just imagine that the judge throw life at you. Just imagine you facing life in prison. Who would want to take a penitentiary chance like that? Forcing people against their will. You know what I'm saying? Just so you can make a couple of dollars off a person using their body to have intercourse with people. All right. What's up to just straight facts? Shout out to you. What up? What up? What up? Um, what's up to Denise? Denise Garnett. Shout out to you. You said 3 times. You said they love money so much. Absolutely. As we talked about it last week, with the false prophet member. He was making $1,000 a day off of one female. So imagine they got about 10, 20 females in their ring and whatnot. You dealing with vulnerable people, runaways, people who don't want to be with their parents, or a female or a young boy who's manipulated, who's in fear from one of these cowards and whatnot, and things like that. For sure, what's up with them? Respect. What up? What up? What up? Cornelia Kelly. He says, why would they let him free after 2 times? Man, you gotta ask the judicial system like that. Why did they let Jelani Blake off, the false prophet member who was caught, who got arrested for that type of stuff? Why they let him off out there in Canada? I think individuals like this, pedophiles and people who are involved in human sex trafficking, they should go to prison for life. They should go to prison for life. You understand that? I mean, no crime is better than the next in general, but this those type of people are creeps because you just never know their mindset, the abuse that they have caused to people. You understand that? So all the pedophiles out there, all the people who are involved in human sex trafficking, my personal opinion is that they should be in prison for life, including you, Jelani Blake, including you. You understand that? You can get right in prison. You know what I'm saying? You get right in prison. You know what I mean? You could get right in prison, Mr. Jelani Blake, but you deserve to go be in prison for life. You understand that? They need to reopen that trial again with Jelani Blake. You understand that? They need to put him in prison for life. You know what I mean? That's what they need to do. All right. So this is Detroit. I don't know how Detroit laws work out there, but they did let him off after 2 felonies or whatnot. Some states got the 3-strike rule. Some states do. You understand? You know what I mean? All right. So The prosecutor wrote, "Our pursuit of justice is resolute, and we stand united in the fight against crime of human trafficking." Okay, me too. I don't like human trafficking people. I don't like pedophiles. So this is why we got to utilize these platforms to expose these type of people, to warn the people, and whatnot. Because human trafficking and pedophiles, they seem to be the most crimes that people keep repeating themselves. They keep repeating themselves over and over and over. Like I said, people can repent. They could, trying to get right and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's just something about those crimes that they just keep repeating themselves as if they're gonna get away. You understand? That's crazy. All right. So here's another. We're gonna share the screen right here. With more charges, more charges. You know what I mean? With these fellas, and whatnot. Let me scroll down right quick. So they said Mr. Street T. One website got his last name as Streetly. One got it as Street T. They said human trafficking enterprise involving kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct, or death. Wow. Criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, prostitution, pondering, unlawful imprisonment, and felony firearm. Wow. It's a crazy situation right there. You know what I mean? That's something, you know what I mean, I don't think nobody should get out of. You said life with no parole. I agree. I agree. What's up to Just Straight Facts? Shout out to you. G Swole says, "Them forcing a child to do those acts with so many men at one time sounds like an evil ritual." And a lot of them are like that, man. A lot of them are like that. You understand? And it's a definitely a crazy situation that people got sick minds like that. People's minds are sick, for sure. And you got a lot of people who go to certain places like the church, schools. They work in those environments. They prey on the weak. They prey on the vulnerable people and things like that. They enforce their powers and try to instill fear in people's hearts. If you don't do this, I'll do this to you. You understand? All right. Let's go to more. What's up to TNT News? What's up to old Dan Bruce? Shout out to you, V Coleman. You said it's not safe anywhere, not even in the schools. We have to pray for all of our children and the parents to watch over the children because in school is terrible too. I agree. I definitely agree. Sister Claire says, it takes a literal miracle to get that unclean spirit out. Excuse me, that unclean spirit of lust out. AG says Royal Canadian Mounted Police probably allow crime ordered by the Prime Minister, if that's what you mean. Henry Ross says, so now I see why these women are raging in the streets because of those supposed to be men that are created in the image of God and they're acting like animals. Mm. He said they're heathens. Valid. He says, you're right. I feel like they repeat those crimes. It's because they can't help themselves. They need rehabilitation, not prison. Hey, man, I think they need prison for life, man. You understand that? I think they need prison for life. And if it was overseas, castration would be involved. You understand that? If crimes like this was committed, overseas, they castrate you. You understand that? They chop your hands off. They chop your feet off. You know what I mean? They might put you in front of a firing squad overseas, and whatnot. You know what I mean? So life in prison, compared to that, is golden to a lot of people who get, what I mean, dealt with overseas. Overseas is a different type of punishment. You understand that? Just imagine, what I mean, people committing crimes like that. You know what I mean? And they have to deal with those type of that type of punishment over there overseas. All right. He says everything done in darkness is coming to the light this year. What's up to David B? Appreciate that at TNT News. What's up? The tends to K. Um, he says overseas you ain't going to be a repeat offender. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They gonna deal with you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna deal with you. I'm surprised over there in Canada, being that they're a little bit more strict than the United States, they let certain individuals off with this. You understand that? That's crazy. All right. AG says firing squad sounds like a great idea for their punishment. Just straight facts says I'm not trying to miss heaven and go to hell. If I lose my soul in hell, they'll be there. What's up to Sheila Davis? Gino P says, peace. Let's see how tough they are. They'll be in prison. They might get sex trafficked. And in prison, they don't like these type of individuals at all. They don't in prison, they don't like pedophiles because they will find out in prison who you are. They call somebody from the outside, yo, you know who this person is? Search them on the internet. See if they got any type of, stuff like this on them. They don't like pedophiles in prison. They don't like, human sex traffickers. They don't like men who beat on women in prison. They don't like these things in prison. And they will find out. If you don't tell them, they will find out on the outside. They will call somebody from the outside, listen, find out about this person. And if you committed those crimes of being a pedophile, human sex trafficking, or beating on women, they're going to have it in for you in prison. They're going to have it in for you in prison. You understand that? So if Mr. Jelani Blake happened to go to, jail or prison or something like that, let's say for a speeding ticket, and he's in prison for 10 days, they're going to search him up and find out. They're going to find out. Type in Jelani Blake. Man, let me hear this guy, Tony Harvin, talking about him. Wow, he got a news story and everything. This man done did this creep stuff. We're going to get at him. We're gonna check him in prison. Why? Because in prison, they don't care if you're saved. They don't care if you're a Christian. They don't care if you repented, received the Holy Ghost and everything. They don't care. You understand that? People in prison, a lot of them are not saved. They go by prison rules. You understand that? They don't do holiness. So if they find out about you in prison and you had a previous crime of human sex trafficking, being a pedophile, beating on women and stuff like that, they're going to get at you. You understand that? They're going to get at you. It'd be wise to go to PC. You know what I mean? So be careful out there. All right? They do not like folks like this. It don't matter if you had the charge 30 years ago and you a preacher. It don't matter. You could be a popular preacher and you done changed your life. You 100% good now. You got the charge 30 years ago. Now you in prison. Let's just say over a traffic ticket or something like that. You forgot to pay and stuff like that. You understand? And folks find out you had this charge 30 years ago. They'll get at you, man. You understand that? They might stomp a mud hole in you. You know what I mean? Be careful. All right? G Swole says, do you think it's justified for a father to murder a pimp for pimping out his daughter? We talked about that the other day, kind of, when we talked about the false prophet member, you know what I'm saying, who was arrested for human sex trafficking and pimping a woman. I mentioned that. I mentioned if he goes to the mall, if he goes to, go shopping and stuff like that. What happens if somebody is walking with their father and the daughter says, listen, this man did this, that's the guy right there. That's him right there. You understand that? It don't matter if he's saved or anything like that, because the father might not be saved. Everybody's not saved, so they don't care about your walk in Christ. They don't care. You know what I mean? Because every time they probably see you, they're gonna want to stomp a mud hole in you because of what you did to their daughter, what you did to their niece, what you did to their aunt, and stuff like that. You understand? I was basically kind of breaking that down the other day and the day before. You understand? So he needs to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Never mind making videos about mothers and fathers and stuff like that. You got individuals out there that's still after you where you're from because you don't traumatize their daughter. You have to worry about that. That's why I said stating that, folks who got those type of charges on them, if they have some type of platform, you need to put it to the public so it get out there more. Go to the newspaper, go to the news. Listen, I want to make a public apology to these women. I want to make a public apology to the people. I want people to hear that I apologize. You understand that? Because if you're a person who committed these crimes, you know what I mean? Not everybody know you probably did apologize, but your face is still in the news. And you got people out there who don't like these type of individuals, just like how prison is. You know what I mean? So never mind making goofy videos. You got to worry about them folks out there who you traumatize. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, what I mean, it's justifiable to, a father, you know, um, sending somebody to the afterlife over their daughter, but you can enrage a father. One can enrage a father to do those things. It don't matter if he's saved or not. If somebody stir up that pot within you, you know what I mean, and give you that type of rage to send somebody to the afterlife, then you might do it. Now, if it's in the midst and things like it can be justified legally. You understand that it can be in certain places, and the father could get off for that. You understand that? But these are the type of games that people play. You cannot play with people's kids if they are a real strong father. At the end of the day, all right. Let's take this out. Um, what's up, to Maddie? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. You says the jails here are like a hotel stay. Where I'm from, the community gets justice. The police don't bother to come. Well, you got to understand. I think with the police, it's more so after a situation happened. You know what I mean? After. So if you tell the police, listen, this woman out here is getting, pimped out and stuff like that, they're not gonna come. They're gonna wait till all the evidence is in. They're gonna wait to this. They're gonna wait to that. Then they're gonna move in. You understand that? Just look at the police in general. You know, it could be a whole bunch of guys outside and rumbling and things like that. They don't come until like after a serious violent or serious crimes happen. You understand that? And then when you report it, and when you report somebody has been sent to the afterlife over violence, you know what I mean? They take their time coming. I'm pretty sure most of y'all called the police before on something, right? And it took them hours to come, 2 hours to come, 3 hours to come. You understand that? All right. Um, AG says, interesting that Scott Peterson, who killed his pregnant wife, was not dealt with in prison. Heard a report of him recently. Mm. Henry Ross says, do you think it's going to happen to Snakes if he's convicted and sent to prison? Oh, TD Jakes? What is TD Jakes going to prison for? What did he do? What did TD Jakes do? I don't know what's going on with Jake in reference to him going to prison. You know what I mean? I think if TD Jakes goes to prison, of course he's going to PC, protective custody. You know what I mean? He's going to PC. He's not going to be in population, or he's going to get some type of special treatment, whereas though he's away from like violent criminals who will attack him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, folks like TD Jakes, if they happen to go to prison, they go into protective custody, man, right off the bat. You understand that? All right. Um, David B says Scott Peterson is most likely not in general population. I agree. When you got them high profile celebrities or people, they're not in population. You understand that? They're not in population. Otherwise, people gonna want to attack them. Unless you are a popular figure and you really are for the people and you really speaking for the people, and whatnot, and you happen to get caught up in like not like a human trafficking or what I mean, one of them pedophile situations. You know what I'm saying? You possibly be in population because right off the bat, people will respect you for the work that you have done. You understand that? But if you're a goofball and you happen to go to prison, and they search you up to find out what have you been doing and talking about, and And if you've been dogging people over the internet and stuff like that, and you happen to go to prison and they see that and they relay that in the prisons, oh, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. You understand that? They gonna get you. All right. So how you act over the internet could reflect. I'm not hoping prison for nobody in general. You understand that? But certain situations can happen. You know what I mean? Certain situations can happen. People get in trouble with their taxes, traffic tickets, old traffic tickets you probably forgot about. You probably got an old warrant about your tickets that you forgot about 20, 30 years ago. You understand that? You don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. All right. What's up to Coco B? Shout out to you. What up? What up? What up? He said there's no PC in hell. Ah man. TNT says the Derek Chauvin got poked up. I wonder if he was in general population. Probably was. You know what I'm saying? Probably was. He probably felt a little bit more comfortable that, you know what? The story has died down. Maybe I could go in general population. Oh no. They're gonna get you. Folks like Derek Chauvin, R. Kelly, I'm not gonna say Bill Cosby, because they probably kept him in PC and whatnot. You know what I mean? But if you have a high profile case, you understand that, or if you got any type of ordeal, or if you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? If you are a YouTuber, you know what I mean? And like I said, you happen to go to prison, you know what I mean? You better be careful. You better hope that you have put up some encouraging things and whatnot over the internet. You understand that? Even people who are affiliated with you, they will search you out and find out who you are. You know what I mean? All right. A lot of us could say, "Man, I ain't going to prison and whatnot and things like that," but you don't know because you could be in a situation where as though you have to defend yourself. You know what I mean? And the tables may have turned on you. You could be in the right, but you know how some laws work in certain states and areas, and whatnot. All right. What's up to Jen? Absolutely. Absolutely for sure. AG says, just saw in 2021, Scott Peterson was sentenced to extended, the sentence was extended to life without parole. Just imagine life in prison. Now you in PC, you spending 23 hours a day if you decide to go in PC or if they put you in PC. You only got 1 hour of recreational time. 23 hours you in a room. You understand that? So if you are in general population, you got a high profile case, just know you might get attacked. But if you in PC, of course, you'd be, most likely in the safe zone. But you're spending 23 hours in a room and 1 hour of rec coming out. All right. What's up to Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you. You say you can still get got in PC. A lot of people have been sent to the upper room from there. You said, example, Derek Chauvin got shanked 22 times. Well, I didn't know that part. Some people said he was in general pop. I believe he was in PC and whatnot and things like that. You know what I mean? And I agree. But if one, requests or if they just send a person in a room by themselves, you in there for 23 hours. You understand that? Some prisons and things like that, I believe you might have a roommate PC. And yeah, you just never know. Some people might take that chance. They might take that chance on you, especially if you got a high profile case because they want to be popular or they want to make a statement. All right. G Swole says, do you think certain fathers that got daughter are reaping what they've sown by abusing the mother to be the reason why their daughter's gone through bad situations? Well, I don't know. I don't know. You understand that? I mean, it could happen. It could happen. You know what I mean? Having daughters, you know what I mean? It's something serious, man. It's something real, real serious. When you're a father, when you got a daughter or daughters, you know what I mean? It's like it does something to you. It does something to you for sure. It could put you in a mood to really send somebody to the afterlife if they do something to your daughter. You know what I mean? I mean, you could train your sons in wrestling, fighting, and all that, send them off to all that. You know what I mean? That's the natural strength. That's one of the natural abilities of a guy or boy is their strength. Do whatever. But a female, you got fellas out there. PREYING on your daughters. Looking at your daughter. This is why I don't put recent pictures of my daughters up. You know what I mean? A lot of the pictures are old on social media and whatnot. A lot of them are old. You know what I mean? A lot of them are old. You understand? We saw that the false prophet, he talks about people's family members and whatnot. They are over 18. Fine. They are over 18. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean? But if one talks about your daughter and be real disrespectful to somebody who's below 18, then a father, he would want to check you physically. You understand that? Because no grown man should even look, talk down on anything like that towards a female. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You understand? So certain people, a person can be put in a situation where as though they could be put in a killer mode to protect their daughters and whatnot. It's just like that. If your father is like that, you understand that? It's just an automatic. It don't matter if you in church every day, reading the Bible every day. It don't matter. You understand that? It don't matter. You know what I mean? If you have a daughter, you know what I'm talking about. You understand that? It don't matter how much church you got in you. You know what I'm saying? Just put you in a mode where as though you want to send somebody to the afterlife. You know what I mean? To protect your daughter. Well, I don't know about Derek Chauvin. I don't know. He says, better not disrespect any CEO and you live and you in PC. Sometimes, COs, they know people. I went to school with them and all that, and they come into prisons and things like that. You know? All right, Windu, what up, what up, what up? Coco B says, yeah, that area where they were arrested outside of Detroit have quite a few arrests at those motels and hotels for human trafficking. Yeah, they mentioned they mentioned the motels, and that's what the false prophet Memo was doing. You know what I'm saying? He was sending a woman, his baby mother, that he forcefully got her pregnant. He was sending her to hotels, excuse me, motels. Hotels and motels are different, of course. You understand that motels are more trashy, and for that, and they use that for that type of stuff, and whatnot, and things like that. Human sex trafficking is crazy. So human sex trafficking, pedophiles, folks who beat on women, we definitely going to expose it. It doesn't matter if you're in the church or not. You understand that? It don't matter. And I've had certain family members, they said, why you talk about him like that? Well, he shouldn't have got arrested for this. What are you justifying him for? You should be talking against it. You know what I mean? You got some people, family members, hit me up after these new stories and whatnot. You know what I mean? AG says daughters need extra care while growing up. I agree. I agree. You know what I mean? Definitely need that protection, that father oracle around them. They definitely need that guidance of a father, a real father. You understand that? A real father around them for sure. All right. He says, read something today about FBI harassing Gino J. Really? Let me see. Let me look it up right quick. FBI Gino Jennings. You're the third person who said that. You're the third person who said that. So let me look that up right quick. Let me see. No, it's even up. I see that on YouTube. I don't see like a news story and whatnot and things like that. So that's just like YouTubers stating that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the FBI are watching the Truth of God and stuff like that. So if the FBI is watching the truth of God, they watching the YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? They watching the YouTubers. Listen, FBI, if you're watching, you understand that? Y'all need to watch that false prophet member who was arrested for human sex trafficking. Watch him. You understand that? The Royal Canadian Police, watch him. You know what I'm saying? We exposing human sex trafficking. We exposing pedophiles and whatnot. This is what we're doing. You understand that? It's nothing over here that, you know what I mean, we committing crimes and things like that. Stand down, stand down. You know what I mean? 10-4. You know what I mean? 10-4. You know what I mean? So y'all need to be looking at these fellas. Focus on these creeps out there. You understand that? Who have an itch to commit these crimes and whatnot. If you are watching FBI, ATF, you understand? Stand down. It's nothing here that you wanna that you wanna investigate. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come in the palace, check it out. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing here. You don't gotta hide if you are watching. You don't gotta try to blend in. You know what I'm saying? You say you investigating, you looking at certain individuals and want to see what's going on. Why don't you do what the preacher man says? You know what I'm saying? Obey Acts 38. Why don't you do that, Mr. FBI? If you're watching, you understand? Listen, they want to investigate the truth of God. You know what I mean? He says harassing. I didn't read nowhere in the newspaper upon that. I didn't read that. You understand? G Swole says, God forbid, but will you believe your daughter if she told you a man y'all know sexually assaulted her, or will you question the man first? Well, I always talk. I tend to talk with my kids. Listen, tell me if somebody bothered you in that type of format. Tell me. You understand that? Tell me. You know, that's me. Of course, as a parent, you be like, man, if that was to happen, if hypothetically speaking, man, I'm ready to get busy with this fella, man. You understand that? But you have to do it the right way in some instance because, I'm not saying, all daughters are liars and whatnot, but you want to get some type of evidence. Of course, we want to, handle the situation ourselves a little bit and then call the police. You know what I mean? But as a parent, I don't want to allow my daughters around new fellas. I don't. That's number one. I don't allow my daughters around new fellas. You understand that? They are not allowed to spend a night nowhere unless it's a serious emergency situation. Unless if it's a life or death or some type of emergency situation where as though, man, you gotta, send them to a family member or to I don't know, a close friend and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Situations like that. Or I have a almost 17-year-old son. Hey, he could, he's legal enough to watch them. You understand that? We don't need nobody else. You understand that? But if that situation was to happen, it's game time, man. Like I said before, in my other videos, that's probably gonna hear about Tony Harvin in prison. Is defending his family. If we hope that situations like that won't happen. You know what I mean? Even Gino said it. I think I had a video called "Physical Fighting," and he was explaining that a teacher is over there that a teacher want to keep his daughter after school. You understand that? Oh no. Why you want to keep somebody's daughter after school by yourself? No way. If she need extra tutoring and things like that, you know what I mean? There's YouTube. There's DVDs for study guides and things like that. You understand? Ain't no grown teacher or anything like that need to keep my daughters after school by themselves and nothing. The only after school they need is the recreation, the aftercare. Whereas there was a group of kids and a group of teachers and a principal is there to watch over them. You understand that? You know what I mean? Just in case the parents gotta work extra hours and they need that extra time to get to pick their kids up. All right. He says Brendan Tarr says Geno Jennings talked about it on his last sermon. See, I didn't get a chance to see it because of the sound, and maybe I'll play it today. I don't know. Maybe I should play it today. You know what I'm saying? Because when I listen to sermons, I like to put it on a live stream so everybody can listen. know what I'm saying? I want people to watch what I'm watching. And I like to take notes a lot of the times too. Henry Ross says it's sick what they saying what Vince McMahon did. And I don't get a lot of these folks, like Vince McMahon, if he committed those crimes. Listen, man, you're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. Just think about it. You know what I mean? It's not right, but you could have almost any woman, grown woman you want. You understand that? Why engage in, what I mean, situations like that? Why? Why? You can have almost any woman you want. You're a billionaire. But some people just got those type of spirits on them. All right? Appreciate that at Coco Beware. Beverly says they harass him all the time. Wow. I gotta listen to that program. It says the FBI is harassing Geno Jennings. Wow. FBI. Like I said, if they harassing him, they watching the YouTubers out here. They are. You're probably outside the vehicle right now in front of my house. You understand? You're probably watching. What are you watching for? Why would the FBI be watching? There's nothing going on. The man, people speaking the truth. Why don't you go watch those false prophets who's making those type of videos and whatnot? Watch them. You understand that? They want to watch somebody who's putting out the truth. They want to watch somebody who's helping out people. You understand? It's crazy. The FBI. They ain't got nothing else better to do with their time. You understand? All this crime happening out here in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. All that crime happening in Philadelphia, Camden, New Jersey, Richmond, Virginia, Compton, California. All that crime happening in Chicago. You know how many murders happen in Chicago a year? And you want to worry about a preacher who's speaking the truth. You want to waste your time if you're the FBI. You want to waste your time, man. We're gonna sit here and just watch them, see what's going on in here. While the young youth is getting murdered left and right, you want to be concerned about the truth of God. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They need, folks need to get their priorities straight in law enforcement. There's a lot of good cops out there. There's a lot of good law enforcement officers out there, but some of them just waste their time on just for what? You understand that? For what? That's crazy. You said they always watching. Well, I'm glad the FBI is watching. In a sense, I can relay some messages to them on who to watch for. How about that? You understand that? How about that, FBI? If you're watching, you know what I mean? If you're watching, for sure. FBI, man, send me a recommendation for CMPD. Why don't you do that? Recommend me. Listen, FBI, recommend me to come on, You understand? I might be a little qualified to join y'all if y'all watching. V. Coleman says they want to investigate the truth of God, open the Bible. For sure. David B says I watched Sunday sermons like 4 times already. Wow. He says they need to stand down. He says they hate the truth, stopping false prophets from taking people's money. The thing is, you probably got some jealous people who reported to the FBI and all these other law enforcement agencies and whatnot and what have you. You understand? That's probably why. He says some are hired criminals with a badge. I agree. When you go through the process of law enforcement, I know the FBI is more, extensive, background checks, and whatnot. I had to do a polygraph, test. One time, they sent they put the thing underneath your glutes. They put something, on your legs and arms and whatnot to take a polygraph test. Some people could beat that polygraph test, believe it or not. You understand that? Some people could beat those psychological tests, believe it or not. You understand that? And a lot of those law enforcement officers, they've committed crimes, but they haven't been caught for it, and they get around those tests and whatnot. You understand that? So you're right. There are some criminals out there who got badges that got away with a lot of stuff before getting into that work and what have you. All right. Um, let's see. Before we end it off, we're going to conclude in a bit. G Swole says, I believe it's the money that got to Vince's head to make him feel like he's above the law, and it's not hard to believe the allegations against him due to his character and WWF Attitude Era days. Sheila Davis says, it's not the first time the FBI was in the church. Some of them repented and got baptized. I think I heard that part before. Coco B says, as a former outreach worker and assisted woman on the stroll, they were overjoyed to see the meals and resources I came with because those bums have them starving, freezing, and beat up and broke. Wow. Wow. So they just, force a woman to go out there and have intercourse with multiple men, beat them up if they don't come back with a certain amount of money, and things like that every day, all day. That's crazy. That's crazy. For sure. So we're gonna end it in a bit. So if you got any last, closing remarks in general, feel free to lay it here in the chat room, and we'll get to it for sure. You know what I mean? Denise Garnett says, Pastor Gino is not afraid. God got him. Absolutely. I definitely agree. So, they're gonna watch. You know, FBI, different law enforcement agencies and whatnot. And to this day, man, what are you watching for? You understand that? You're wasting your time. All right. So all this because PJ exposing the Skittles community. Why investigate PJ, but ignoring the fact that you got all this STDs. This guy's funny. Appreciate that at TNT News. Just straight facts. Says the enemy come to kill, steal, and destroy, but God come to give life and give it more abundantly. Absolutely, absolutely for sure, man. I definitely agree with that. When you in this walk, when you in this truth, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff. You're gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff. I mean, stuff it don't bother me at one not one bit. I don't care. You understand that? You can't be worried about certain situations, whether it's the FBI, whether it's somebody heckling you on Facebook, YouTube, and things like that. Who cares? I don't care about that because they will try to do everything. Listen, they will try to do everything to try to down you. He says, "Did you see the interview Pastor Geno's did recently?" No, I didn't see it yet. What I want to do is I want to I want to put all three of those interviews together that he did with Storm and Norman, and I want to play it. I want to play it from the beginning, from the first one, the second one, and the third one. I want to play it straight through. You know what I'm saying, on the live stream. That's my idea. That's what I want to do. You understand that? So we can kick back from the beginning, from the first interview. We're gonna see how Norman, Storm and Norman, how he. Some people say his interview is like, yeah, you know what I mean. But Storm and Norman has been the guy to interview Gino 3 times. So obviously, Gino took a liking to him as far as like, interviewing him and things like that. I mentioned that Storm and Norman, he was there at the service. I saw him on the left hand side. He was behind Gino on the left hand side. I knew he looked familiar. You know what I mean? And I should have known. I should have known something was up that day when I saw him, sitting next to Gino when we couldn't hear that service and whatnot. But that's what I want to do. I want to play it. I want to play all three of them straight. You understand that? So we could kick back, we could listen to it and whatnot. But we'll see though. We'll see. That's just my idea. Just straight facts says the enemy come to kill, steal, and destroy. But I think I read that one. Excuse me. Beverly says, until next time, be safe, everyone. Much love. What's up, the Phyllis? What up, what up, what up? He said, we must continue to pray for this world and the broken in it. I pray they come to the Lord Jesus Christ and repent. He says, what about Oprah Winfrey? Is she next, like Cat Williams says? Well, I don't know. I don't know. You understand that? I don't know. Johnny says the false prophets need the FBI and the IRS is watching them. Mm. He says the IRS. Listen, all these people, the FBI, the IRS, false prophets is making these videos. Man, they trying hard, man. They trying real hard. You understand that? They trying real hard, but it don't work, man. I'm gonna tell you something. It don't work. You know what I mean? When you in this walk and you ain't worried about nothing, you ain't worried about nothing. You ain't worried about nothing. You understand that? You ain't worried about no FBI. You ain't worried about no false prophets. It don't bother you. It don't bother you. You understand that? So at least YouTube is good for one thing, to have a platform and to spread the truth and whatnot for sure. You understand that? So they could try whatever. False prophets, you could try whatever. I know you tuned into every video and stuff like that, taking your notes. You could try whatever you want. You could try whatever you want. You understand that? You could try whatever you want. You could talk about people, mothers, fathers, whoever. Who cares? I don't care. You understand that? I don't care. Talk about whatever you want. You understand that? FBI could come, whatever. Who cares? It don't matter. It's not gonna stop us from putting out the truth. It ain't gonna stop nothing. People don't lose sleep over that. You understand? All right. Gladys, YouTube. B. Holder says, sounds good. Looking forward to that idea, brother. I've seen them all. Says keep Pastor Gino Jennings in prayer. Does PJ ever watch a live? I don't know. I don't know. You understand? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure, probably here and there, probably, because if I was putting out like foolishness and nonsense, of course, I'll get some calls and emails and and stuff like that, getting chewed out. You know what I mean? But what we put out here is we expose false prophets, we expose people, and stuff like this, and we try to we keep things over here positive, and whatnot, for sure. All right, all right. Let me see. Wendell says I live in Alabama. I will probably never get to meet Gino. If God willing, give him a big handshake from me and tell him he is an amazing man. And my wife, I plan on getting baptized. Wonderful. I'm not sure if they got a church out there. You go to truthofgod.com, you know what I mean, for scheduling. For scheduling. You know what I mean? You go to truthofgod.com, you know. Appreciate that, Johnny. Appreciate that. What's up, the knowledge? Shout out to you, Sabrina Hayes. Shout out to you. All right. Henry Ross, you says a lot is coming to pass fast. Absolutely. A bubble buster. What are you talking about? Infowars. What do you mean about that? What do you mean? He says watch and pray and fast. TOG family. Am I wrong for keep watching WWE due to the allegations against Vince McMahon? I mean, listen. I don't know. There's allegations against him. There's a lot of people who still watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling no more. I haven't watched wrestling since high school. You understand that? Since about 1999, probably. You know what I mean? To me, it's a personal reason. It's not the same no more. You know what I mean? You don't have the Ultimate Warrior. You don't have Bob Backlund. Andre the Giant, Texas Tornado. You understand that? Bret Hart. You know what I mean? WCW, the Steiner Brothers, Sting. You know what I mean? Bill Goldberg. I don't watch that stuff no more. All right. B. Coleman said this is crazy when you speak the truth of God. You have so many enemies. Got to be the truth. Absolutely. Just straight facts. This is why I said this all the time. God got the cash or all my kids upon the Lord. He says news channel on the radio about the times we are living in. Can snakes actually sue anyone who's talking about him? Can TD Jakes sue anybody who's talking about him? It depends. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Just like the false prophets out here, can they be sued? It depends. You know what I mean? You really got to analyze the video, and you gotta line it up with certain laws. You know what I mean? Whatever area they from, you gotta you gotta get a lawyer for that. You gotta get a lawyer who know what they're doing, who know about certain laws in reference to defamation of character and whatnot. So can TD Jake sue somebody for talking about him over the internet? Yes, it depends. You understand that? So people got to be careful about what they say about individuals. You understand that? Because defamation of character um, can be something serious as far as like somebody suing you. And if somebody has a good lawyer who know what they're doing and they view your video and they catch it and things like that, yes, you can be sued. Because what you say about a person, you have to have proof of it. That's like me going outside putting up TD Jakes is this, TD Jakes is that, and then people catch wind of it. They say, listen, he put that up outside, man. You know what I mean? He don't got no proof of that. So that's defamation of character or whatever the case may be in reference to certain laws. You understand that? We of the church, based upon the scripture, we say, yeah, he's like that. But in the court of law, it's different. You got to have proof, solid proof. You understand that? Right? So it all depends. It all depends. You know what I mean? And sometimes a lawyer can twist things up. A lawyer can really change the narrative into what you're trying to say. And yes, you can be sued. And you gotta be careful, especially to the YouTubers out there that's making those videos about TD Jakes, because TD Jakes now he's about to set the bar to these YouTubers as far as like these false prophets. Now he's saying I'm gonna sue these YouTubers. We're gonna take the notes, we're gonna documentate all the defamation of character they got on me, and we're gonna sue them. Now I mean, now they seeing TD Jakes do it. Now other people gonna want to do it. You understand that? What that's gonna do? That's gonna get YouTubers to stop. You know what I mean? Talking about him in such a manner. You know what I mean? So yes, it can happen. You know what I mean? It can happen. All right. He says, "What about Stone Cold and The Rock?" Yeah, I used to watch them. All right. Denise is a good program. Appreciate that. Um, you can sue anybody for anything. Yeah, the lawyer's the ticket. He says Apostle Gino didn't do anything to him. He did it to himself. No, we talking about other YouTubers. Other YouTubers. You know what I mean? Other YouTubers who's making like, you know, I don't know, the videos that they did upon him and Diddy. You understand that? So if a YouTuber made a video about him and Puff Daddy and stating that they had intercourse and they kissing on each other and whatnot, that could be a format of defamation of character. It doesn't matter if the YouTuber is looking for views or likes and they get 5 million views. You understand that? If TD Jakes, lawyers, and things like that, if they see that, you know what I mean? If they feel a need to sue you, they can. You understand that? We on this, we on the outside sucker man. Hey, listen, he might be on the fruity side, but that YouTuber has to have solid proof of that, not just trying to make jokes and things like that. All right. Jerome, what up? What up? What up? He says put him out there too. Well, we're talking about like individual YouTubers who consistently keep talking about certain people. You know what I mean? We're talking about those YouTubers who really directed their attention fully on TD Jakes and Puff Daddy, not just a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes. We're talking about hours in various videos and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I could say TD Jakes is this and that within 20 seconds. That ain't nothing. You understand that? But if I'm making like videos back to back to back to back to back to back to back, you know what I mean? Or I talked about that Puff Daddy situation for an hour or two and things like that, then you know what I mean. A person can sue you. All right. I haven't seen that one. How much money can you get for suing someone on making false claims about you? I mean, it all depends. I think not to bring him up, Mr. Vegas, he was doing that. He was suing people some years back. Mr. Vegas was suing people and whatnot. You understand? He was doing that and whatnot and things like that. But I think that was for like copyrights. But you know, um, I don't know the amount. I mean, it all depends, man. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? And that might be the wave of a lot of them false prophets out there that they probably gonna do. All right. All right, it's time to go. It's time to go. The hour mark is here. I thank everybody for tuning in. He says one woman won millions suing Trump for defamation. Wow. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. You know what I mean? I hope everybody have a good evening, and whatnot. He says, I watch your channel a lot. They say they said things about you and I didn't be Lloyd. You talk what is be Lloyd? What is that? I never heard that word before. He says be Lloyd. But to see you defending TD Jakes is mind blowing. Nobody defending TD Jakes. Stop trying to change my narrative, man. What are you talking about? See, there we go again when you got folks trying to change a narrative. You need to listen. You understand that? You're an individual. If you are a person, Jerome Bledsoe, and somebody's talking about you, defaming your character over the internet and whatnot, yes, you can sue a person. That's the law. Simple as that. Tony Harvin is not defending nobody. It's common sense. You know what I'm saying? If you see YouTubers talking about you, that you deem is not true, or you can get a lawyer and stuff like that, that you want to sue these people, you can do that. Well, I'm going to sit here and say, well, TD Jakes, he can't sue nobody because it's true. What? Use your head, man. Use your head. Cut it out, man. You said Geno Jennings spoke against TD Jakes. Did you not listen? You understand that? We know that. You understand that? He spoke about him for a couple of minutes. We talking about YouTubers who spoke about him for hours and hours. We're talking about that because they're gonna focus on lawyers. Lawyers are gonna focus on that more so. They're not gonna focus on somebody who say, "Listen, he's this, he's that" for 20 or 30 seconds or a couple of minutes. Did you overlook that? You understand that? Did you overlook that? Stop being a fool, man, and learn how to listen. You understand that? Anybody can sue anybody for defamation of character. It don't matter who you are. You understand that? Everybody has equal rights of suing people. You understand that? You could be in a church, you could be Holy Ghost filled and whatnot. You understand that? You don't have to be in church. You could be a false prophet. You know what I'm saying? Just because a person is a false prophet, that don't deem them from not suing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Stop being, people gotta learn how to listen and use your mind. You understand that? You misleading yourself, man. You came to this channel. I didn't come to you. You understand that? You listening to me. You understand that? You listening to me. All right? He says the Bible said the false prophet mouth should be stopped. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I don't understand I don't understand what you're trying to say, Jerome Bledsoe. You understand? That must be one of them false prophets people. Just Straight Facts says there's no fear of God anymore. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that one for sure, man. A lot of people um, don't fear God at all in these days, for sure. All right, let's see if we can get some more comments in here. All Gino doing, trying to get these people to see they're hellbound, hellbound, preach the truth. Absolutely, absolutely. I definitely agree with you at Wendell, for sure. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see, we get some more comments. He says Enoch was a prophet. What up to Johnny County? What up? What up? What up? Hope all is well. B Holder says we don't defend the devil. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Mr. Jerome Bledsoe, Prince, he must want some type of attention and whatnot. You understand that? Prince Sean says, yo, what up, what up, what up? We about to end it though, man. And it's always seemed like at the end, you always got the hecklers and the trolls to come out. Well, I want to get off. They trying to keep you on. They trying to keep you on to keep talking and whatnot. You understand that? He says, usher him out. He said, usher him out. You understand that? He says, usher him out. What's for supper? I don't know yet. I don't know. You understand that? I don't know. I'm thinking. Brendan Todd says, I appreciate Geno Jennings as I prayed for a true man of God. It was led to his channel and it changed my life. He said, B Manley said, you need some mods. We got 7 of them already, man. What are you talking about? It's my decision not to remove him. That's my decision. All right. He says, come out. He says, come out of here. He said, Jinx is a false prophet. Now, if you calling somebody a false prophet, it cannot be sued for that. You understand that? There's a difference between you saying, oh, this person is a false prophet, they teach lies and stuff like that. Okay. But if you stating that somebody has had intercourse with this person and that person and you call them all types of names or whatnot, then yeah, they could be sued. All right. All right. It's time to go and whatnot. I thank everybody for tuning in and what have you. And I hope everybody have a wonderful day. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. May you all have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same.